A package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail, those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with a box in the mail. All the way from Japan. Yes, I ordered some more stuff from that Japanese auction place. My excuse was that there was one item that I forgot about, so there ended up being one item there, and then some more items popped up. Yeah. Won't be doing this all the time, because the fees do add up a little bit, so you've got to watch that. It's not just the amount of money you bid on the item, it's got to be shipped from the seller to the consolidator, and the consolidator's got to ship it to you. But anyway, all in advance of the MSX collection, shall we say. And they do a good job of this consolidation, so with our little green bags again. Okay. So our first title here is actually one of my favourite games on the MSX. I do have a copy of this already, but it's in fairly rough condition. Whereas this is a complete version. They do a good job with the wrapping. You have to bear with me for a minute. Only a very small box, so I don't want to damage it. This copy's still not perfect. Once again, didn't pay a lot of money for it. It was worth it to upgrade one of my favourite titles. Rather than just being a loose cartridge with barely any label on it. Yeah, there's a little bit of stain on the box, but that's alright. So, it's none other than Bosconian, which is a really good port on the MSX. And they came in these little set cover things. The cartridges, like when you got it new, it came with stickers, and then you had to stick the stickers on, so it depended whether the person stuck the stickers on. I do believe my cartridge one may, I can't remember whether it's got that sticker or not, I'll have to have a check. But we should be able to make that sticker stick on a bit better. And they're really cool cartridges because they've got this little grip hole and everything like that. Other than that, that front label's really good, and back label. So we'll have a trade of this loose. It's just missing. Really, what I've got is the slip cover as a sort of an upgrade. But it's a really good game, and I'm sure somebody else will want their own copy of Bosconian at some stage. So that's our first one, a little one. Right. Now, not all of these titles this time are for the MSX. So once again, to flesh out the box, I noticed another couple of items there that were going for quite reasonable prices. Now this particular game I've never actually played, and it's a shoot 'em up for the PC Engine. Of course it's a shoot 'em up, knowing me. And it's none other than Spriggan Mark II for the PC Engine, which is supposed to be a pretty decent side-scrolling shooter, so I'm actually really looking forward to playing that. This copy looks in awesome condition. There we go. So it's a CD title. It's in really, really good condition. So very, very happy about that. The next one. This is just coming out how they come. Now these really are all bits and pieces. There's nothing truly outstanding rare in here, and we do have items for 3 different systems this time, so it's not all about MSX. Once again, another one that I picked up for quite a decent price. Opportunity. I've actually wanted a copy of this for quite some time. But we're flipping over to the Megadrive this time, and I absolutely love the cover on this. And so the Japanese name is Diamakaimura, or basically Ghosts and Goblins for the Megadrive. look at that cover. That's gorgeous. Case is in really good nick, and we are complete and in really good condition. So I've never actually played this version before. By the way, they have these stickers on the back. I'll get rid of them as I go. And I love the series as a whole, so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what the Mega Drive version of the game is like. Can't remember, I think there might be one more PC Engine thing in here, but the rest should be MSX. Right, now I already have the pure Konami version of this game, but I am trying to collect all of the titles released by Sony. Now Sony released large box MSX1, small square box MSX1, and large box, which are larger than the box I've got in my hand, MSX2 titles. I have most of the MSX1 now, so this is just another one I didn't have. I mean, I do have the Konami version of this, so this is a little bit of a double up, but it's actually a good fun game. It's Hyper Olympics 1, also known as Track and Field 1. So it has the first 4 events, but it's just a different cover. It's obviously in the Sony packaging slipcase. So you get 100 metres, long jump, pole, hammer throw, and 400 metres in this one. So this is what's there. And these large box Sony titles are in this style cartridge case, so they've got better labels. There are some double ups. In the last box I found a large format version of Lode Runner. I have Lode Runner in the small format as well. I'm really getting down to the mark here. I have a loose copy of Battlecross. I just need to find a complete copy of Battlecross, and I believe I have all of the large box MSX1s. There may be some obscure educational ones that I don't have. Don't particularly mind if I don't find those. I mean, they'll... If I find them at some stage, it's not fuss, but I'm not going to go looking for them, if you know what I mean. Right, next. So, as I said, pretty much most of the stuff in this lot are all cheapies. Okay, we have another one of the Disc Station disc magazines by Compile. This one is number... I think it might be... Is it number 1? I'll have to check inside. So they're for MSX2 and MSX2 Plus. So there's the cover. This one's not clearly labelled about what number it is. It's definitely one I don't have. SP1. Oh, I think it's issue 1. So so there's 3 discs in there. Sorry, just tidying them up, otherwise I'll hold it up and they'll fall everywhere. So in there we have the discs and a manual, which is a bit of a magazine. We even have registration cards, which is really cool. So it's very complete, it's very clean inside. And it had preview and even full games on some of these. I would eventually like to get there's a couple of them actually have some shoot 'em ups that you can only get on these discs. They're only mini games like boss rushes and things like that. I'm just having a look. I'm trying to guess what's on things. Looks like a couple of RPGs, but if we get a chance, we will do some gameplays and have a look at that. But please excuse me if we don't in this particular video. It might be worth a separate video to have a look at those. Right, and we have more. Okay. Now I thought this one was quite interesting. Well, for one, it's in a box style that I haven't seen before. It's also by TNE Soft, who did the Laydock series, and it's actually a pinball game, which is really cool. It's called Trick Boy. It's in quite a different box. It is cardboard. It looks quite fancy. And it's a pinball game. I think it's a tape title. So it'll be interesting to see whether it loads. If it doesn't, we can still use a digital version. But it is a tape game, so I'll have to tension that. And this is all polystyrene. The polystyrene hasn't done anything silly, so it's been stored well. I have never seen, it's got the B-load instructions written on the polystyrene, never seen one in that format. And it's a pinball game. Don't have a lot of pinball type games on the MSX that I've encountered so far. So now we have some boxes inside our boxes that have got nothing to do with the contents. I'm just trying to find our way into the box. Once again, very good wrapping. I have lost my sharp. My definite praises to the packers. So very well packed. And then a big mess to clean up. We actually have two things in here. Okay. Okay, the first one is a ASCII title in the small format box. I have no idea what the title is. I'm going to have to look it up later, but the cover looks pretty cool. So it looks like a Eggman with a boomerang, and there's lots of yellow enemies there. And we have a look on the back. So some sort of a platformer. Very good. And we're all sealed in a bit of plastic. It's not the original. But very well packed. Oh, there we go. The title is called Boomerang. So it actually comes with a little manual, and it's got the English name there. And we have a cartridge, all in Japanese. So if we got this loose, we wouldn't have a clue, but I definitely don't have that as a loose cartridge anywhere. So, very cool. So, Boomerang. I'll have to give that a play and see what it's like. So, forward. So obviously from the same underlying seller. We flip it once again, wrapped really well. Just get this plastic off, otherwise it's going to reflect away. So this is a cartridge title. There are copies of this around. They're usually listed at about $130, which is, getting up there. I think I've got this one for 50 or 60 with all the fees, probably 60 with all the fees. But it's none other than the cartridge version of Champion Boulder Dash. And Boulder Dash is one of my favourite games from back in the day, and I believe the Champion edition is different from the tape version. I have the tape version. And then I'm not sure whether there's more or different levels on here or a different hardness, but very much looking forward to this. And this is in this particular format, like the heist game that I got in the last lot of stuff from Japan. And it has a deep red cartridge. On the script, everything looks in good condition though. No manual, but we're not too fussed about that, but that's a nice addition to the collection. And yes, there is more. Another box within the box. There are plenty of boxes to compact and tidy up after this. Okay, we've even got some free Japanese air. More air bubbles. Yep, that's good. Clean up the mess later. Right. Now, this is another upgrade. This was really cheap. I do have a loose version of this cartridge that I did get to work in the end. It's quite an interesting game. It's not the best game in the world, but I thought it was really cool to get the a box version. This is in better condition than I thought it would be for the price. We're talking under $20 plus fees, but it's none other than Final Zone Wolf. It's MSX1 and it says MSX2. I don't know if it's enhanced for MSX2. It's a bit of a run and gunner. I can't remember it having, particularly smooth vertical scrolling or anything like that. Okay, so no instructions, which is fine, and it has this cartridge bag holder thing, which is still in there. And then we have the cartridge itself. The cartridge is in really good condition. Label's in excellent condition. So this will be really good because I have had a loose cartridge of this for quite some time, but I also haven't played it for ages as well, so it'd be good too. And that sits in there like that. But that's actually... Yeah, I get the cartridge thing. Just close. There we go. But that's in pretty decent condition. And there's a nice cover. Alright. Next. I believe we have two more, unless one of them is a Padabox. Which is this, same stickers as the last one, so from the same seller. So very well wrapped. Some more Japanese air. This is probably the... I forgot about this one. This one's really cool. So this is an MSX2 title, and it's an MSX2 shoot 'em up, which I believe I got for a very good price. Now, it is a disc title, so the disc might work, but we can play it electronically. Just having a physical copy and in absolutely brilliant condition. It really is. Sorry, better start showing you. It's none other than the MSX version of Barunba. Which is a pretty cool shoot 'em up. It's on a few platforms. I'm not 100% sure whether I actually have the PC Engine version of this. I'm not sure I do actually. It might be one of those shooters that I don't have. And it's supposed to be okay on the PC Engine. I have never played this MSX version. It's for MSX2 and MSX2 Plus, a 3.5 inch floppy, so there's no guarantee the floppy's going to work. But that's okay, all of these games have been preserved. Now, these instructions are mint. It's like they've barely been touched. And the inside is in really good condition. The inside here we have this padded area. And under there we have the disc, which itself looks in pretty good condition. There's no blemishes on the disc. Well, we shall see if it works. And otherwise it's in really good condition and will be a worthy addition to the collection, and we can use the electronic way of playing it. Alright, maybe one more. Oh no, well, actually there's a little package in the bottom, so I have lost count. So I knew there was another PC Engine one in here. Now, another PC Engine shoot 'em up. I hear good things about this one, and I have never played it because it's another CD title. And is it Terra Wing? Or Terra Ring? I can't actually see that title properly. But really cool cover. Another horizontal shooter by the looks of it. Horizontal shooter? Yes, horizontal shooter. So we've got some lovely shoot 'em up action to happen this time. Everything looks good inside. So there is one more box inside the box. It's like Christmas. Decent mess to clean up after this video. I try and keep and recycle all the bubble wrap. I fold the boxes flat. Now I remember this one. Now this one was once again didn't cost very much at all. I do have this Konami title loose, but it's just so nice to have the original Konami titles in the original box. And the box looked in really good condition. I don't believe there's any instructions, but I don't really care. And it's a really cool game. Haven't played it for a while, but it's great fun. I used to play it heaps back in the day, and it's none other than Road Fighter. So the usual, it's pretty common to have a bit of spine fade with these vibrant colours. But it's a vertical, scrolling, really fast road race type game. Looks a lot like F1, the game I showed in the last video, and there's another one by Casio called Car Fighter, which is similar, but not the same game. But this is Road Fighter. Let's see what the cartridge is like. Oh yeah, the label on the cartridge looks pretty good. As I said, no manual. That really does not faze me at all. Cartridge looks in pretty good condition. A bit of a ripple up there, but very, very good. So very happy to get this one. This one was very cheap and was in a bundle with another title. It's I'm going to have to probably look this one up to find out what it is. It's just a loose cartridge, but I don't believe I had it. And it may be a pachinko game because it's called Pachicom. Bonus game. And these ones even, oh, it's a nice quality. It's got a slot protector thing. So really good. So just a couple of pickups. Yes, so it's probably going to take me a few days to do all these gameplays. So, but following this, subjective time for you guys, it'll be straight away. Let's go plug these games in and give them a good play. Right, so I should learn how to read. This one's called TerraForming. I've never played it before, so this might be a complete surprise. Don't think it's on the list of bad shoot 'em ups for the PC Engine. We shall see. Okay, so we can hold down a button. We can do a charge up. Collect that. Ooh, side things. Coming from the back. Missed down whatever that was. Front bit. This is nicely paced and decent amount of actually quite like the enemies, they're quite detailed, they're all creature based. Okay. Not sure what our hitbox is like, hopefully those things above and below protect us. Lots of waves, oh, I actually got a hit then. And this has reduced our power, which is nice. speed. Okay, I've got a bit of forward and backward going now. Good. Ooh. Change weapon type. But the controls are very responsive. Got the city music playing in the background. We're doing mass destruction. Watch all that stuff coming from behind. Pretty generous with handing out the set up a weapon type. Oops. Well, you know, and I've taken a few hits and I haven't expired. He says as he gets trapped into a corner. Thank goodness we got those back. And I take it I have just reached some sort of boss. Except silly me. So that's that charge shot. Just stop firing. Let it rip. Hard to see his shot. Oh dear. No protection now, right? Hit again then. Bad timing by me. Can you tell this is my very first game ever? So we might as well continue. A little back, or we're going to go straight into the stone. Or if we just continue to start on that. I quite like it. Oops, see, I need to play it a bit more and get used to the kinks. It's the same thing I did last time. Games that uses you in with a bit of wholesale slaughter, gets you into a false sense of thinking you're invulnerable, and then it sneaks up on you. This nice powered up. I see. So it's two different weapon types. Shoot 'em ups are all about learning. Getting some lost some. At least we made it through that. Forget how much of a enjoy the PC Engine is shoot 'em up action. It really is a shoot 'em up lovers paradise. The umbrella things are actually harder to judge than you think. Oh, and I let myself be trapped by that again. Just in time for the boss. Let's see if I can do a better job. I won't do any more continues because I've got a lot of games to do. Oh, for goodness sake. There. He's lost some red bits. I'm sure he has. Oh! His brain's leaking out. Whoa! I got away with that. That's actually quite cool, isn't it? Woohoo! I cleared the stage! Okay, you actually charge if you don't fire normally too. Interesting. Ooh, so blue. Volcanic zone. Disconcerting. Interesting effect. Oh, makes it hard to do. So the game doesn't have this many varieties. Quite an interesting different shooter. Also got a big second ago. Feeding us a few power-ups on that. Definitely some nice enemy variety, and you know it is different from other shoot 'em ups, which is great. And once you get into it, oops, I wasn't paying attention. Ah. Talking. Oh, geez. So even if you do get hit, you manage to recover, grab some power up orbs, you can get back, which is always nice in a shoot 'em up. Volcanic eruptions, which are very disconcerting. I don't know. I'm supposed to be dodging. No, it's an interesting effect. A nice rockin' track in the background. I'm just as surprised as you guys that I'm still going. Okay, we're quieting down. Does that mean we're about to get another boss? Look out! Oh, and he got me. And he got me again already. And he got me again already. Alright, we won't continue again because we've played that one long enough. I shall go away and play that one some more. I actually really like that. That's something a little bit different. Not as samey as, you know, shoot 'em ups can, borrow from a lot of each other. But that one's quite surprising. So, very good game. Excellent way to start our gameplays. Let's try our next game. So here we go with Spriggan Mark II. Now, can you believe I've never played this game? I do believe I have played the first one because I think it's on the PC Engine Mini, but I haven't played it a lot. Unfortunately, the PC Engine Mini comes with the normal joypad controller, and my hands, look, I'm getting old, and that's as much as I can straighten my fingers. So I have to use cargo sticks. So yes, this looks pretty cool. I've heard great things about this, so let's get into it. Love the music. So once again, never played it.
92年4月
We've got a bit of
俺たちの舞台
story.
火星
We'll skip that because we've got a lot of gameplays. So, I'm a mech. And I've got a shield, which is cool. Other button changes direction. That's my friend. He's going to shoot him through. Oh god. Ah! Oh, he's going to take me to get to use this. Ah! Yeah, the story's fine. It's fine. I think I do. I'm not supposed to shoot him this round. What's he complaining about? I think he might have charged me with my shoot up for him. So it's fairly, does that matter, dude? I'm not a fan of the story interruptions. That's the only thing I'll say.
手応えがなさすぎる
Yeah,
こいつら
potentially
無
is
人
a
機
way
だ
to
ったの
turn that off. I hope.
とりあえず終わったな帰還しよう
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, Greg.
待て物資の様子がおかしいぞおい砲塔がこっちを向いてるぞ
Hey! Why are you shooting me, though?
うわっ何しやがる
Yeah, I'd be upset
ブリッ
too.
ジ応答しろ味方機を攻撃するなんてどういうつもりだ応答のない敵に
Oh, Dead already.
待てグレッグ、これ以上攻撃したら本当に撃沈させてしまうぞ。
ああ、ブッシュからの攻撃もやんだようだな。
It's all well and good having story elements, but really can't track from the game.
見ろ、スプリガンが。誰だ、スプリガンに乗っているのは。
何をする気だ。やめろ、マービー隊。マービー隊。あれに乗ってるのはマービー隊なんか。
Because you don't know when you're actually coming back into the
ああだ
game.
艦長。
この威力はバニシングバスターを使ったのか。
マービー隊、どうするつもりだ。貴様こんなことをしてただで済むと思ってるのか。
何考えてんですか隊。亡命でもする気ですか。
今にわかるさ。いや、お前らはここで死ぬから関係ないかな。
なんだと、本気か。
グレッグ、構うな。
You can't
ス
tell
プリ
me
ガンを
that's
捕獲できないなら破壊しても構わないとの命令が出た。奴をやるぞ。
That's what she thinks.
マービー隊、今ならまだ間に合います。投降してください。
おいおい、何が間に合うんだ。俺はもう甲虫艦一隻沈めてるんだぜ。俺はお前らと遊んでる暇はないんだからな。行くぞ。
Oh, did I get him?
二丁生だとは聞いていたが、ここまでひどいとはな。撤退するぞ。
了解。待て。
この機体が完全に仕上がったら相手になってやる。
Good. They run away, did they? Okay. At least it restored my shield afterwards. I don't know what's going on.
奴らどこに逃げるつもりだ。あっちはパボニス基地じゃないか。
ああ、これじゃ袋のネズミだ。
いや、待て。基地から砲撃だ。電気回避。
Oh, look, more story. So hopefully that's just an intro and we can get on with the game properly.
火星政府？
そうだ。つい2時間前、火星連合政府が設立されたそうだ。
何ですかそれは？
手っ取り早く言えば、地球上の国同士の争いを火星に持ち込まれるのは真っ平だと、火星の住民たちが団結したわけだ。
それだけのことで。
まあ他にも原因がある。地球側が火星に対して予定していた移民計画、あれに相当無理があるらしい。それを地球側はかなり強引に決めてしまったんだな。それで A 国なり S 国なりの火星側にはかなり不満が残っていたということだ。
そこへ今回の両国の戦争騒ぎか。火星の住民は人種や国にほとんどこだわらないって聞いたことがあります。それなのに
I hope you can turn that off. That was just a ridiculous amount of intro and interruptions to play there. Hopefully the mechanics don't look too bad. good. Running of energy again. So just that guy coming in. Right. So I do like the mechanics of when you actually get to shoot, but the other story bits, I truly hope there's an option to turn those off, and I'll have another go in my own time. Don't let me put you off the game. It's supposed to be quite decent once you get into it. Alright, let's try our next game. Right, so here we go with Diamakaimura, or Ghosts, or Ghouls and Ghosts for the Mega Drive. Yeah, I've actually wanted a copy of this game for quite some time, just haven't been lucky to find one for a price I could afford. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got the Super Nintendo version, but that is a slightly different game, and I have heard good things about this one. So let's give it a go. I'm probably going to be rubbish at it to start with, but I love the whole series. They're a great lot of games. So you can shoot. It's the wizard. You've got to be careful of. You let him hit you. Oh damn it, the bus got me. I was trying to get the puzzle. But like the other games, you can pick up different weapons. Obviously it's best not to just pick up the first weapon you see. It's best to choose ones that you're familiar with. Ah, sounds most definitely quite none of the entries in this series are easy. We're probably going to have to call this the warm-up game. I'm normally not this bad. But it's great how it's got all the animations when the guys are coming out of the ground. Come this way. I stuffed up last time. Ah. I said I haven't played this for quite a while, so patterns are a little. I have actually made it to this next bit. No, I want to jump over it. No. Dear me. Am I out of practice or what? But we can continue, which is awesome. Where will it put me? Oh yes, at least we've reached the windy bit. Yeah, that's it. Right. No. This little button. Gee, I'm not making much progress, am I? No. And I'm a skeleton again. Goodness me. No. Goodness me, I am really out of practice with this game. They are hard games, but I'm making it look harder than it actually is. Oh, wrong button. And I'm doing it. Well, there we go. There is a demonstration of how not to play Ghosts and Goblins. I'm very pleased finally having a copy of this in my physical Megadrive collection, and it's probably going to stay next to the Megadrive for a little while. I still have that Ultra Core that I got recently that I'm playing a fair bit, so that one there, and what have we got there? We've got Gary's. So those three games should keep me busy on the Megadrive for quite some time. Alright, we've got quite a few games to get through, so let's go and have a look at our MSX titles. Right, so next, over to the MSX, we have Bosconian. Now, I might have played this one a couple of times, so it is a really good version of the arcade. And it even has the speech. Oop, my joystick wasn't plugged in properly. Oops. I've hexed myself, haven't I? Being cocky. You can just hold the fire button down. You can destroy the bases if you hit them in the centre with a single shot, which takes more time. Sorry. Or you can destroy all the pods and get them, which takes more time. Hitting the centre like that destroys them straight away. You don't get quite as many points, but obviously the longer you go, the more chance you have formations coming out. And if you let the yellow one escape, then it goes into red alert and all the enemies go crazy. So you want to, in general principle, avoid that. It's quite a good version because it runs quite quickly. So you get a bonus for destroying a formation, but a formation will go away. I missed the spy. Now we've got red alert. Now it is pretty close to the arcade. I mean, I actually have an arcade PCB. I usually have it in the machine over there. The I've got a RAM error at the moment. I'm having good access to my electronic workbench to fix it, so I might have to replace a couple of RAM chips or something. Oops. It gets harder, as you can see. And for this level they start shooting out blood goblins. Extremely lucky that I survived that. You get in a little bit of a false sense of security playing MSX games at 50 Hz all the time. But I can quite literally get up to level 10. Right, next we have Trick Boy. I thought I'd just try it from a digital one to start with before mucking around with a cassette tape. And I found one, so we'll go beginner. Okay. Find the key. Oh, C for credit. 1 for 1 player. Okay, keys only by the looks of it. These are the keys either side of the shift keys, and return. Oh. Get it up there. Oh, and straight down the middle. Oh, almost lost it. Ah! Obviously first time playing, so doing pretty rubbish. Sort of game I would have loved back in the day. There we go, got all those. Oh, and then we got a special blocker for a short period of time, and we lost it again. And that's the end of the game. We'll have to have a second game. Far too short. Another credit in. Just don't worry about the second score. It's obviously like with any pinball, you've got to learn what the various things you have to achieve on the table. It's obviously a fairly good one. Oh. Yeah, you gotta watch it when it goes in the centre there. Not quick enough. Don't think it helps, but I'm bending over quite a bit here. So obviously we've got our yellow things to clear up the top there. We need to get those 3 blue things in there. Sound effects are repetitive, but fast pinball action. Oh, and I managed to find that small gap. Right, like I said, I do have a lot of gameplays to get through. I actually quite like that one. That's a game I would have played heaps back in the day. I don't believe there's any other tables on this, just the one table. I've had a little bit of trouble with the Barunba, trying to load it digitally so I could play it on this side of the room. I'll go back to trying the physical discs on the 50Hz side of the room. We'll go and do that next. Right, after a couple of false starts, I got it to load. The actual files that came with this Mapper Mega N512, I haven't had a lot of luck loading, but when I get them from other sources and put them on it, it still works fine. So we're back on the 60Hz side of the room. Haven't had a game of it. I've got it working on the 50Hz side of the room. I just got up to the title screen, so let's see what it's like. Title screen's not that impressive for an MSX2, but we'll see how we go. Button 2 sees a shootout. Ooh. That wasn't a very good showing. Ooh, game over. It's pretty severe. Very interested. This is listed as an MSX2 game. I haven't seen much that. Ah, right. So, the primary fire button selects the direction you're firing in. And now we've gathered up a few things. Oops. Ah. Screen went and changed direction on me. And we get the one life. Oh, what a mean game. Area select. Okay, let's try again. Now that we know which button does what. Look, we've got chunky scrolling, very little colour use. And why this needs an MSX2 is beyond me. Oh, why am I firing backwards? I could use my directions to help a little bit. Ah! Got done in by the bit of land there. And since we only have the one life, goodness me. We're starting to get the idea. My brain's got over the shock of it. Expecting an MSX2 title. Unless there is an MSX1 version as well, and this is the only ROM I have. Now the actual physical disc, unfortunately, getting like a boot sector load error. mechanic of, you know, selecting the weapon directions and things. It's using a lot of character graphics. Almost get yourself in big trouble there. Ah! Well, at least we have a bit of health, so it's landscape we need to... I didn't know which direction to go in. We have powered up a little bit by the looks of it. Just that it seems extremely basic. You know, especially when you know the machine is capable of so much more. Right, S definitely speeds us up. Okay, we got some sort of a boss thingy. And a bit of loading. I got hit then. I don't know what I got hit by. Oh goodness me. Oh! Alright, I'm a little disappointed with that one. So, that really, there is nothing there that couldn't be done on an MSX1. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of research, because this box definitely says MSX2, MSX2 Plus. Maybe there was an MSX1 version as well. If I find that out, I'll do a separate video. Because it doesn't even match what's on the back of the box as far as screenshots is concerned as well. So, and there were quite a few games that were brought out for both MSX1 and MSX2, more than you realise. We'll leave that one under investigation and have a look. And you never know, I'll try some tools and the physical discs on a different machine, and they might read. Because I haven't actually used the primary floppy drive in the machine on the other side, and you never know, we could have a slippy belt. I do have a backup machine, so I'll try it in that. Right, let's try our next title. Right, so here we go with Boomerang. Know nothing about this one. Okay, done in already. Oh, and this is going to take the gutter goes, I reckon. Oh god, not much leeway on that. Yep, bit harsh. And I take it we've got multiple scenes, so if we can get past this. I almost hit him. Yeah. Okay, scene 2. Yeah, yes. Multiple. Oh, I think the apple just fell on top of us. Let's see what we're supposed to do. Okay. God, where am I supposed to? Alright, it goes. Follows me over there. Nope. So make sure your boomerang hits. Oh, I was just poking out a little bit. It's a bit harsh, but yes, we'll have to have a look. Let's go. Oh, robbed. No. Oh. It's not an easy game. No. Oh dear. Alright, so it's not a bad little game. Obviously, you need a little bit more practice. Nice, colourful graphics. These ASCII ones were, a lot of them were a bit hit and miss, but an interesting concept. 2 scenes. Don't know if there's a third one. I think I'm missing something with. There's those arrow symbols coming up, so you probably can control the boomerang when it's in flight. Alright, let's try our next game. Right, so here we go with Final Zone Wolf. It's looking pretty dark. I thought there was. I've played this for a while, so you can hold the button down, which is always good. So obviously it's all in kanji. Unfortunately, don't read kanji. I can usually work out what to do, but Final zone. Okay. Good old intro story. Introducing all our characters. Okay, that's our map we need to go through, yeah. Select the members, okay. Let's go with that one. So I chose the bottom 2, I think. Okay, so Commando Sergeant. No, I said I have played this one before, so let's copy. It's been a while, so wasn't expecting that, of course. We'll keep the fire rate going. And you can throw grenades. I think we can try the second fire button. You feel a bit locked with only being able to fire upwards. there. Why should I go over there and get killed? I haven't really seen anything that's worthwhile using. Grenades do have a bit of an area effect. Have I run out of ammo? I do believe I have. Yep, definitely have run out of ammo in that other gun. I seem to have a few. Oh, got me. Dying doesn't replenish your ammo. We do actually have a health bar. Not sure how far we made it. Here we go. We are dead. Alright, so once again, it's a commando-like game, but there were definitely better examples. Actually, a European-made one called Who Dares Wins 2 was actually a much better commando-like game, even though it was a Spectrum port. Such a good one that inspired that people made a homebrew MSX2 version later on, which I've got, which is awesome. So definitely not the best commando-type game on the MSX, but, you know, it cost me like $15 to get that with the box, so it was worthwhile doing an upgrade. If anybody else is interested, there's a loose cartridge available with that one for a trade. Alright, let's try the next game. Right, so here we go with Hyperlympics, also called Track and Field 1, when it's released directly from Konami. So this is the Sony release. The game's exactly the same, just the title's different. This is actually one of the very first cartridge games I ever played on the MSX, and it was interesting because at the time Track and Field in the arcades was huge. At our local arcade, it was a fresh new game, and then you got this on the MSX and you went, well, that's identical. No, it's not quite identical, but at the time it just made such an impact. So luckily we have a nice micro switch joystick here, but let's see how we go. Just need to run, don't I? I'm not. Yes, I can use the joystick. So for each event you need to qualify, minimum time, and you obviously get more points if you beat the CPU as well. And it's great. The only thing is you only get 4 events per cartridge. So, yeah. Oh. Yeah. Now when you jump, you hold the button down, that gets you your angle as well. Not far enough. We're right on the line though. That's it. I didn't meet auto fire. Ah, qualified on the last one. Okay. This one's a bit harder. You just use the button. Yeah, and then you let it spin. Oh, and you've got to judge right, and you've got to obviously get it going the appropriate direction. No, oh, and you've got to time it right. I was never any good at this one. We've got one more try. At least try and get a little throw. Probably not going to qualify. Yeah, I need more practice. Yeah, and as you can see, it's very visual, a very close thing. The only disappointing thing with them was that you only got 4 events on each cartridge, so it always felt robbed, felt a little bit short, so not quite the same as the arcade. Okay, we get to go again, do we? Oh no, it's back to the demo. But otherwise a really well presented game, and a nice variant to have in my collection, just because I'm trying to collect all of those Sony games, and I wouldn't mind all the Konami games as well. I'm not sure I'm going to get those, they're a bit harder. Alright, let's try our next game. Right, so here we go with the Pachinko game, and obviously these were used for gambling, and interesting enough, so this arcade stick that I have here was for arcade machine in Japan running Pachinko that people used to play for money. So that's where this joystick came from. I'm not sure if it was this game, it was probably another game. Interesting enough, the fire button doesn't start. Okay, it was doing an intro tune. So game A. The idea is you put balls in and you try and get all of the special prizes. Okay. What am I supposed to do? No, holding it down doesn't do anything. And you've got a certain amount of time. Oh, I see. What's that? Moving down there. See a little thing down there? Ah. Right, so that's how much we put on them. Yeah. So this is the dial in the bottom right hand side. So it goes down and does particular patterns. And you've got so many balls. Yeah, and you should be able to put it through certain. So obviously our objective is to get it a bit further over. Oh, we got something. Oh, we can have multiple go. Okay. Oh, we've got something again. So I've got 2 of those things open. There's that one on the far right. We need to get, I suppose. Almost hit it. Oh, come on. I don't seem to be getting any score. As I said, I'm really not familiar with what you're supposed to do with Pachinko games. We have got some score. I have absolutely no idea. But anyway, interesting, and interesting the history that you know, MSX machines were actually used as arcade Pachinko machines in Japan, in some places, where this arcade stick came from. Alright, let's try our next title. Right, as an insert, I managed to get Champion Boulder working. That's right side. I haven't been able to get it to working in any of my newer MSXs. But I thought, I should try an original MSX1 machine. And fair enough, I've got it in my Pioneer. And as you can see, we're working. It still took a couple of goes to get started, so the contacts must still be a little bit dodgy. I'm just trying at this Honeybee MSX controller. The buttons don't seem to work, so I need to open it up and service it, but I can use the directions too. So This looks very similar to the tape version. I cannot tell you whether there's any difference. I haven't played that for a while. So get started. I absolutely love Boulder Dash. It's one of my favourite games from back in the day. Used to play it on the Atari 8-bit. And the key thing with Boulder Dash is to make sure you get rid of the various things, but you make sure a rock doesn't fall on you, thus spoiling your day. If you're directly below something it won't fall. You've got to be careful of undermining and having a rock fall on your head. Like here we go. Here is a danger area, right? So we need to be very careful how we dig down here. Right, now there was a flash, which means we've collected enough to to open the exit. Sorry. Let's try again. Pardon me. So I had COVID about 4 or 5 weeks ago, and I still have a cough. No, flash again, and let's not make the same mistake we made last time. Right, and there's our exit. Right. So we need to go out and get our stuff and come back. And then you get later levels where, well, because don't advertise and it comes up, where you actually need to create gems by triggering explosions. And there's other ones where you need to... Right, so this is one of the things. He's dangerous, he can get you. But if you can get it so you can drop a rock on it, he makes more gems. Now I don't think for this particular level we need to make any extra gems. Let's go and play this for a little while. I did play it lots back in the day. Once the screen flashes, you've got enough gems. And you can push rocks as well, like that. So if you think you've got yourself trapped, as long as you can push the rock away, everything is hunky-dory. Oh, and I was too slow. Should have gone in from the bottom and up and out. Oh, we'll give this one more go. Too easy. I should have remembered there was no more there. No, so we'll leave him nicely contained in case we do need to do something later. Oh, none there. Again, you need to be very careful. Still no flash, so we need more gems. to the right to go yet. Oh, there we go. We have enough. Okay, so we don't have to actually make more gems by getting one of the moving ones too. And there's our exit. There we go. We'll just see what the next level's like. And it keeps on alternating colours and getting a little bit harder. But absolutely brilliant game. Perfectly playable on emulation. And there's a tape copy going around that's not that expensive if you want to get it for yourself. These cartridge ones by Comptic aren't that common. I would really like to get the Bruce Lee version there because I don't have Bruce Lee on tape either. I do actually have a tape copy of this as well, but this didn't cost much money, so it was nice getting. Alright, back to our other titles. Off with Road Fighter. I have had a loose cartridge copy of this one for a while, but this is a great Konami title. Just a good fun game, not too hard, and runs at two different levels you can play. So no shooting or anything like that, you simply have acceleration, no gears, and no chunky scrolling. And you can see, let's get this our bonus, this looks very similar to how that F1 Spirit game looks. The purple cars, oops. You can recover from a collision if you press in the direction of the slide. And you do actually get extra points for knocking people off the road, but it's very dangerous. And as you can see, it's quite fast. Okay, you need pretty good reflexes. And every time we get the bonus we get a bit more fuel, so that keeps us going. The stages are fairly long. Ooh, gotta watch those cars. Oh, there we go. I didn't quite press into the slide in time. Well, we are almost at the end of a stage. We have plenty of fuel. So I've collected most of those bonuses. There we go. We'll get a bonus for fuel remaining. Obviously I had one crash there, so... And you can see we've got 6 different stages and they've all got a slightly different look. Wait for big cars to move, and they'll only move in the one direction at the moment. You've got to go the other way. It's really important to get. Oops. Bonus fuels. Oh, no, didn't do it. So there's no position or number of cars you've got to pass, you've simply got to finish the stage without running out of fuel. And it does get harder, as you can see we're only on the second stage. I haven't played for ages, that's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. That. Oh, that was lucky. Okay. Half of our fuel. Okay, going over a big bridge now, I think. Oh, you can get out of those slides if you're quick enough. And I notice we're losing a lot more fuel before I crash now. Ooh, truck. Oh! He ran into me. Oh, recovered. Thank God for that. Ah, and obviously oil has the same effect as running into a car. We are now very low on fuel and only halfway. Crash again. Oh, and empty. Oh dear. I obviously have not played that for a little while. Some very good additions to the collection. I'll skip the disc station thing because it's obviously macking around with discs, and I'm having a little trouble with discs at the moment. But a really good selection of games for a couple of systems there. I'm not sure which one will be. I'll probably play the Ghouls and Ghosts. Probably the most out of these games that I have, because a lot of these are just you know, upgrades and things like that for the MSX. Obviously nice to have another go Road Fighter there, and that Zero Forming on the PC Engine. I really enjoyed that one. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed seeing these new games in my collection and having a play. I'm at Attitude Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.